Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, the fastest growing gear site on the web, and today we're gonna uncrate the Sidi X Power boot. What's up, Speed Addicts fan? Before we get into the Sidi X Power boot, which is one of my top picks, before we do that, subscribe to the channel. There's a button somewhere over here. Hit it, get up to date, educated on all the latest gear. You're gonna make great buying decisions that way. While we're talking about spending money, do it with Speed Addicts. There's a link down there in the description below. They'll take you right over to the beautiful Sidi X Power boots at speedaddicts.com. We have the entire Sidi lineup on our website. We also have them in our new Superstore. You guessed it. If you're in SoCal, come check out the brand new Superstore where we have a complete selection of Sidi boots here where you can be fitted in person and walk out the door. Instant gratification. We love that. Come and see us at the Superstore. We have the world's most epic helmet wall, e-bikes, all sorts of gear. Come check us out. Okay, what is on the table before us? This is my new favorite boot. It is the Sidi X Power. Now, what do I like about this boot? I like that it is a lot more flexible and light, especially right out of the box, than what I've been wearing for years, which is the Tech 7. Do I still love my Tech 7s? I do. They are great, and they offer a higher level of protection, but they are about 10 to 12 ounces heavier. They are bigger, and they are more restrictive. With that comes more protection, of course, but most of the time, I'm enduro riding, more technical, slower stuff. One of my tires is usually on the ground at any given moment. And so, sure, if I was gonna go race a Grand Prix or go out to the track, I'm gonna reach for my Tech 7s. But these days, on the KTM Enduro stuff, I like the X Power. Now, this boot is coming in at $399, which is a bit less expensive than the other boot kind of in this category from Sidi, which is the Cross Air. And I'm going to tell you why I like the X Power better, okay? That is going to be my thing for you today, is that this is my pick over the Cross Air. And it's also $100 less. So the Crosshair is $499. This is $399. I think this is a bargain. Now the main thing, the weight in a size 11 US. Now they're listed in Euro sizes, more on that in a minute. But the 11 only weighs 3 pounds, 12 ounces. Where the Tech 7 is over 4 pounds, depending on what size you pick. Almost like well over 4 pounds. And then something like this, the Crossfire from Sidi, with much more protection, again, depending on your riding type, what you're doing, you're racing, you want more protection, you want more hard plastic up top, then you can get that from something like the Crossfire, but this thing is about a full pound heavier than a Cross Air or the X Power, okay? So we're talking about a big difference in weight and just walkability off the bike as well. The feel on your controls, the feel on the pegs, it's all just a little bit more vivid on the X Power or the Crosshair. Now the difference between the Crosshair and the X Power, here's the Crosshair in my left hand. You notice over here we only have 3 buckles. We have a full video on this boot too if you want to check that out. But you only have 3 buckles. The other difference here, you're gonna get 4 buckles on the X Power, and then on the Crosshair you get this hyper extension and you get a full heel wrap, whereas with the X Power you don't get that full heel protection. You still get a ankle pivot here, ankle protection, lateral medial, but it's just got a little bit less protection, and that's why that price has changed by $100. Okay, so we went over the weight. Let's talk about how this boot, the X Power, fits. The other thing that's a problem with the Crosshair, in my opinion, is that it is a bit more narrow. Now, Sidi has a reputation for fitting narrow. Like both boots in the toe box, the width is not a problem. I have wide feet. The toe box in both the Crosshair and the X Power has plenty of room, so that's not the issue. What we noticed in the Crosshair, the whole team notices that around kind of the midway up this boot, or in that ankle area, is where it got really tight, or right above your foot in the Crosshair, whereas the X Power had more room. So if you've got a little bit wider foot but you want to try a Sidi out, this is my recommendation. Now you're going to notice that they're going to be listed in European sizes, 39 through 50. What shall one do? Let's open this boot up and we'll show you the tag. if you go to the sizing chart at Speed Addicts, it'll kind of explain this too. So a 45 European size is the same as a US size 11. So my recommendation to you is to look at that sizing chart we have, translate to the US size, and order as close as you can. If you're kind of in between sizes, I recommend rounding down, and you'll probably be okay. Like I wear the 47 in a Sidi, and I wear usually about a 13 size US, and technically the 47 is more like a 12 and a half, but if I'm in a thin sock, that's fine. And the insole and sock thickness make a big difference in boots. So if you're caught between sizes and you need to make up room, run a slightly thicker sock or a thicker insole. The insoles on the Sidi boots are removable, replaceable, so run whatever you want. We have 4 buckles. The dagger is metal with a polymer buckle here, and then we got the Velcro up on top. The chassis of the boot is the patented Sidi Technomicro base. That's a fancy trademarked version of their synthetic leather that is going to be durable, more resistant to water than kind of genuine leather. So that's why they use that, and it's lighter. Okay, so that's what you got through the whole of this boot. You have the hard TPU molded toe area, and then we're going to have a bit more resiliency up on the upper part of this boot compared to the crosshair. So if I show you that crosshair again, well, the crosshair did have some more protection down low with this heel wrap and that hyperextension up on the front. Where it was lacking is up top. This was really kind of squishy, whereas this has a little bit more hard plastic, probably because of this buckle system going up higher. So you do have a little bit more protection up high. If you crash, the bike falls on you, something like that, it just got a little bit more resiliency up top, which was something I liked. But off the bike, this thing walks great. It's just really flexible. You have all this kind of diamond plate pattern on the back and on the front of the base of the boot, and it just walks really nicely. Sidi is gonna give you a 1-year warranty, and I think you'll enjoy, if you've been wearing a boot that has more protection, that's overbuilt. I think that when you step back to something like the X Power, you're gonna really appreciate the weight savings and just how comfortable and the feel that you have on the controls in something like the Sidi X Power. Now, if you've been wearing a boot that is more built, like a Tech 7, a Tech 10, or the Crossfire, I think you're really gonna appreciate the weight savings here, the walkability off the bike, the feel on the controls. You're gonna like all those things. Last, let's show you the medial side here. Just real basic protection with TPR inserts. That's the softer rubber insert up at the top. Unlike the crosshair, there is no replaceable bits or parts here. Once you kind of wear this all the way out, this boot will be retired. There's your ankle protection. And then last up, let's show you that sole. So this is a bonded sole, and it is replaceable. You can resole these boots. It's not easy to do at home. You're probably gonna want a professional to take a run at that. Like the Crossfire, the higher end boot with more protection from Sidi does have a sole that you can replace at home. But there it is. It is the X Power, available now at speedaddicts.com or in the Speed Addicts Superstore. Come say what's up in the city of Orange if you're in SoCal. Otherwise, we'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.